Hello, I'm Chini from MSK Marai.
Today, we'll discuss the marching cleft sign observed in radial tears. We'll start with a brief review of the MRI findings associated with radial tears, then move on to understanding the cleft sign in longitudinal vertical tears. Finally, I'll explain the marching cleft sign through case studies. Firstly, radial tears may appear differently on MRIs depending on their location, whether in the anterior or posterior horns or the meniscus body. The appearance also varies with the tear's thickness. For example, a full-thickness radial tear presents what we refer to as the ghost meniscus sign. In contrast, a partial thickness tear exhibits the truncated triangle sign. Additionally, the cleft sign in radial tears is visible based on the tear's location relative to the imaging plane. Let's move on to longitudinal tears, which are characterized by their orientation perpendicular to the tibial plateau and parallel to the meniscus's long axis. Following the contour, these tears maintain a consistent distance from the meniscus's periphery. Now, the marching cleft sign is observed in cases where a radial tear is located at the typical junction of the body and horn of the lateral meniscus. On anterior coronal images, a cleft is visible. The cleft remains visible in more posterior coronal images, yet it doesn't maintain a consistent distance from the meniscus's posterior horn. Instead, it appears to move toward the free edge progressively, a phenomenon known as the marching cleft sign. Understanding the marching cleft sign is essential for radiologists because radial tears at the junction of the body and horn of the meniscus may be challenging to diagnose due to the oblique orientation of the tear relative to the coronal and sagittal plane images. In sequential images, we observe that the cleft does not consistently distance itself from the meniscus's periphery. Instead, it appears to gradually shift toward or away from the free edge, leading to the identification of the marching cleft sign. Thank you for watching. If you found my video helpful, please remember to like it.